Hello and welcome to Band in a Box for Macintosh. After you install Band in a Box and open it for the first time, you will have to do a little bit of setup before you can make and play songs. When opening Band in a Box, you will have to pick a MIDI output. If you have a hardware synthesizer and a MIDI interface installed, you would choose it by selecting Mac OS X Core MIDI. Then you would choose the interface in this window. You can choose a different output for each instrument, or simply choose the interface for the bass track and then click on Set All Ports to this. Otherwise, if you don't have a hardware synthesizer, you can simply choose Apple DLS Synth, which is the default built-in downloadable synth. The next thing you should do is make sure that your audio and MIDI are both working. When you first open Band in a Box, the default ZZ Jazz style will be loaded. This is a mix of two MIDI styles, bass and piano, and an audio style, the Jazz Brushes Real Drums. MIDI instruments are colored yellow, and audio instruments are colored green. So press play and make sure you hear everything. If you can hear the drums playing, then that means your audio playback is working. If you hear the bass and piano, then your MIDI is working as well. Otherwise, you can get back to the MIDI drivers window by clicking on the MIDI menu and click on Select MIDI Driver or Apple DLS Synth. If your drums track is not green, for example, it looks like this, then you might not have installed any real drums. In this case, you should test your audio setup by playing an audio demo in Band in a Box. A good way to do this is to preview a style in the style picker. That will play a quick demo of the style, and if you can hear it, then your audio is working. Click on Style to open the style picker. When the style picker opens, go to one of the real style categories. These are styles that are made entirely out of real tracks and real drums. That means every instrument in the band is real, and there is no MIDI. Let's take a look at the country real styles list. Now, to preview what a style sounds like, double-click on it. For example, let's hear what this country ballad with pedal steel sounds like. If you can hear the song play, then your audio is working, and you are ready to play songs in Band in a Box. As an example, let's load a demo song. To load a demo of the style you have selected, click on this Song Demo button. Then click OK to exit the style picker window. So here we have a song. This includes the chord chart, the selected style, the tempo and key, part markers, and some basic song form controls. The chorus starts at bar 1, ends at bar 26, and repeats twice. The chorus is the main section of the song that gets repeated. The part markers indicate two things. One, this is the beginning of a new section, so the drummer will play a fill in the bar before it. Two, each part marker indicates either the A substyle, blue, or B substyle, green. Most styles in Band in a Box include substyles. This usually means the groove will change slightly. For example, the drums will play with more energy, or switch from the hi-hat to the ride. Usually, an A substyle will work well for a verse, and a B substyle will work well for a chorus. Press the Generate and Play button to generate all the tracks and start the song. The normal play button will play the song as is. The song will sound exactly the same as the last time you played it. Otherwise, if you use the Generate Play button, you will get a slightly different variation of all the instrument performances each time the song plays. So this is the A substyle, and the B substyle part marker is coming up. So the drummer will play a fill at bar 16 and start playing the B substyle. All of the instruments in the style are shown here in the mixer. This is the name of each reel track: bass, guitar. This is the name of the reel drum style, another guitar, and pedal steel. You can control any of the tracks individually. For example, turn the pedal steel volume down, or pan left or right. Add or remove reverb, or you can even change the tone. For example, values above 0 will make the sound brighter, and values below 0 will make it darker. So you can do whatever you want with any song in Band in a Box, including these demo songs. For example, you can change the tempo. Or you can change the key. Choose a new key on the left, and that will transpose all of the chords as well as changing the key signature. Or you can change any of the chords if you want. Or you can keep the chords the same, but choose a different style. So if you are at this stage, then you are ready to create songs from scratch. Click New, and that will give you a blank chord chart. Then enter chords by simply typing them in using your computer keyboard. Type in the root of the chord, followed by the chord symbol. For a plain major triad, you only need to type the root. So to get C major, you only need to type C, then hit return. You can advance to the next bar by hitting return. And a plain minor triad uses a simple M as the chord symbol. So to get A minor, type A, M, and hit return. You can see what you are typing in this box here. Let's try some basic jazz chords. Some minor 7th, dominant 7th, major 7th, diminished or half diminished. These are basic jazz chords, but you can enter almost any chord into Band in a Box. For example, let's try an augmented dominant 7th chord on the next G. The plus symbol indicates an augmented 5th. You can quickly add a part marker by hitting the P key, or hit it again to switch to a B substyle part marker. How about a major 13th chord? Or a major 9th? Or half diminished? You can enter just about any altered 7th chord. For example, add a flat 9. And these last two bars are for the ending. You only need to enter one chord for the song to end on. So we already have a jazz swing style selected from the last song, so let's press play and hear our new arrangement. Band in a Box also supports slash chords. You can type in any chord, followed by a slash and a root note. For example, let's change this C major chord to an E minor slash C. Change this A minor chord to a C major slash A. And if you need more than 2 chords per bar, 1 chord per beat for example, you can do so by using a comma. For example, let's replace this F major 9 bar with 4 new chords, 1 on each beat. C major 7, comma, D flat diminished, and then hit return. D minor 7, comma, G7. And another way to enter chords is to use the chord builder feature. right-click on a bar and click on Chord Builder. This gives you a list of different root notes and chord extensions. Let's try an A minor major 7th chord. Then you can advance to the next chord with this button. These are the common chord types, but you can select from a large list by using this drop-down menu. This gives you access to the many chords supported by Band in the Box. There are different options for each chord. Right-click and choose Chord Settings. For example, you can choose to push a chord so that it will play an eighth before the beat. Or you can tell Band in the Box to play the chord held or as a shot. And you can specify which instruments will play the shot. For example, let's try all except the bass. So since this chord is in the B substyle, all the instruments will stop on this chord with a quick shot, but the bass will keep walking. All of the chord settings are indicated in the chart with different symbols. The caret symbol indicates that the chord is pushed, and the 2 dots indicate that it is played as a shot. A single dot would mean a rest instead, and 3 dots would mean the chord was held. Any letters that follow the dots show you which instruments to ignore these instructions. So in this case, B stands for the bass track, and the bass will ignore the shot instruction. Just keep playing as it normally would. Any of these chord settings can also be typed in without the chord settings menu. Simply type it in exactly as it appears. So since I changed the B to a D, that indicates that the drums track will continue playing normally while all the other instruments will play a shot. We have a nice set of instruments here in this Jazz Freddy style, but you can customize any style however you like. You can do this by right-clicking on the track name and then clicking on Add Remove Reel Tracks. Or you can click on Select Best Soloist Reel Tracks. This will give you a list of soloists showing the most compatible solos at the top. Soloists that are swing and closest to the tempo of your song are the most compatible. You can filter the list with keywords. Let's find a sax soloist to add to this song. And if you want to change the real drum style in the song, right-click on the drums track and click on Real Drums in Style. Once again, let's use a keyword to filter the list. How about some Terry Clark real drums? Let's generate the song and hear the new adjustments.